position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Arkansas Razorbacks offense comes onto the field first today. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
Dragged down at the 43, but they've got it in enemy territory. They picked up 10 and give them a first down. The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that early. He's going for it all. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
Well, the quarterback trying to get aggressive there on third down. He saw something he liked in a matchup he wanted to take advantage of, but the defense, they simply weren't fooled, and they're able to come away with it.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. And he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
I think a really big key in the RPO game is having really good rhythm and timing. Offense didn't have it there, and that's why it falls in.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on 3rd down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. At the 45 on his way. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he can't hang on to the football. A big play sitting right there for the taking, and they can't get it done early in this one.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
Running back searching for a hole. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Got it in the middle. It's carry on. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. That was a good read there. Not the biggest gain in the world, David, but take up the space they're going to give you in the zone.
Yeah, make it easy, man. Make the right decision. If he's open, get it to him. Get some positive yards.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Oh, that may be in, and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
Well, I know it's a very small sample size, and we've got a lot of football to go this year, but what can you say about this offense? How explosive and impressive they look. Top 5 in the nation in scoring, and you can see why. They've got speed and playmakers all over the field.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll start this drive going to the air. Right on the money. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. So now it's second and long. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Gets it past the marker. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. Going to the ground is what the Razorbacks love to do, to move those chains with guys like Peyton Hillis and Darren McFadden.
Yeah, and you think of just Felix Jones along with the same era. Just guys that toted the rock with some physicality. Just tough guys that make you bring your lunch. When you want to come tackle them, you better bring it.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Grab behind the line. It's Clinton. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, the defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown...
Oh, he wants it all. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Leads it with the back. Makes one man miss. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing blow.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So first down here as they go back to work. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gets it to the back. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. The Cowboys line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the third possession is the charm. Fires complete on the crosser. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
They go to the ground. Past the 40. Oh, he's got some space. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The Razorbacks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He wants it all. Trying to ball his way in. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. With the run on 1st and goal. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Razorbacks. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Oklahoma State has it back, and the offense is on the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Yeah, and I love running my tight ends across the formation. Just big targets that I can find a way to get the football to. Nice snag, nice little positive game for my offense.
Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Well, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz. That time the defense called it at the perfect time. The linebacker able to make the stop on a short game.
And from the offense's perspective, that's probably making a little something out of nothing. Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's carry on. Big play for this offense, and they get it to the 32.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Wants to throw on 1st down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good second down situations.
Hauls it in. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Cowboys trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
And now on second down for this offense. Right down the middle. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going right to work up top. Finds his tight end. The defense will converge, and out of bounds he goes at the 40. The Cowboys can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. It'll be third and long. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Got a little space. Quarterback gets enough. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play. Second down.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. So they'll send out the field goal unit. Dead center perfect. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. But the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Pulls it and fires to the left. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They'll go to the ground. There he goes. Makes the stop at the 35-yard line. They rip off 15 yards on that one, and they are rolling.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Oh, and that's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Well, they've already made one. The holder will put it down at the 38 for a 48-yard attempt. Splits the uprights. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Wisconsin is ahead early inside Camp Randall, but that's not exactly Ron Dane out there running the ball. This game is a long way from over. They're up by 11 over Virginia Tech. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the big fella. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And the Razorbacks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Snagged in the middle. It's Woodside.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Turning it on! And he'll run out of bounds, but a much-needed productive play in the passing game.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
This defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule. It makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's cut. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Boy, that field goal really could have helped the mental health, but it's still a 13-point game. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he stopped. And the Cowboys are facing 3rd and inches. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And David, on 3rd and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
Quick release on the RPO. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cowboys have this offense rolling. To the air on first down. And the timing just a hair off.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
And the Cowboys decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and look for room. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. They've been frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this... There he goes to the left. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Looking for more room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away.
Breaks into the open. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass. It just never developed.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big game.
Fires to the big fella. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. 4th down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. The Cowboys getting set on 1st and 10. They'll go back to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
And that's a big reason why this offense is so dangerous. If they get the lead, because of this guy's scrambling ability, they can just close the door, put that foot on your throat, and not take it off. Nobody was open that time. It looked like he was going to get sacked, and he just very nonchalantly was able to buy himself some time, gets outside, uses his speed, picks up the first down. The offense stays on the field. They've already got the lead, and now they're just bleeding this clock away.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys. They add on to this lead, and it looks as if they'll be moving to 2-0.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Well, there was a golden opportunity for the offense to come away with 2 points there, but he dropped it in the end zone. That's a catch you have to make.
26, Arkansas.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win it, David. They've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball.
Makes the catch down the right side. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
You know, as the head coach of this team, this is one positive you're going to take away from this game, is that your players don't quit, and they're still willing to fight. There's obviously a lot of things they've got to iron out offensively, and we've seen that today. But I do love the grit they're showing here late, still trying to make plays.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to throw it. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes. Bring the speed on the feet.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. 42 Spider. Back has it. Look out, he's got room. There he goes. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered an explosive play to the 40. And the Cowboys, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Offenses gain momentum with third down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. The Cowboys will line it up on 1st and 10. Gives it on the option. Runs through a tackle. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, running back on the move. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. With the clock running, this should be the final play. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense.